Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Just wanted to bring a quick video on the update of my Am Ryker, and it's not been great. Okay, so I just purchased my Am Ryker 2 weeks ago. To be exact, it was May 1st, or April 30th rather. Last day of the month is when I purchased it. May 1st is when I actually started to ride it. So if you've seen my video, you'll notice I mentioned that the handlebar was a little off center. So I took it back to the Roswell store. They started messing with a bunch of stuff. I had no clue what they were doing other than something to do with the alignment under the hood and all of that. And I just told them it just looks like, you know, you have a bar that sticks out on which you have your handlebar mounted, and then you have your gauge cluster in front of it. That bar was off center, and if you look at underneath the bar, you'll see another piece of hardware that is bolted onto, and that's sitting straight. So when you're riding straight, that's sitting straight. You let go of the handlebar, the bike treks straight. So obviously there's no alignment issue. There's an issue with that bar being off center, and there's one big bolt that you can see under the handlebar. One big bolt that goes in. And I took it to the Marietta store, and within 5 minutes, the tech there unscrewed that bolt, apparently took it out, straightened it, and put it back in. Everything was good. So I even mentioned that in the video that I won't talk about it anymore, and all was good. So great. So that's that. And I've been riding the bike for a week, 10 days. There's a group of riders from my previous group. They all have BMW bikes and a mix of bikes too. And we all decided to do a 1,000-mile iron butt challenge, saddle sore challenge ride. So I was pretty excited because I always wanted to do that. I wanted to do that with my last bike that I had, which was a F800 GT BMW. And then I decided to trade it in, and I was getting a decent trade money for my bike. So I said, you know what, let me trade it in and get something more comfortable than that. So original plan was to go completely different, like a Yamaha FJR used or a used Kawasaki Concourse, as they're more affordable, and this is the price range I was looking for. So I've been doing a lot of research on Can-Am. There were a couple of Spyders that I wanted to buy, but and they were in the price range. Some used Spyders, like 2015 models, F3S, and unfortunately, the mileage were too high on those. There were like 60,000 miles on those, selling for 11, 12. So I said, nah, that's too much mileage. And anything I wanted with low mileage was 15 or 16,000, plus on the used market. So I was out of my budget. So I looked at the Ryker and I looked at the Rally, and that was pretty much 12.5 out the door for me from the Mountain Motorsports Roswell store. So basically they weren't charging me any of the freight and the labor to put the bike together. All I literally paid was the bike price, the tax, and $89 for tag. That's it. So I mean, I also mentioned this in the video that it could have gone either way. If they were charging me all those junk fees, I would have negotiated that off the price, or I would not have purchased the bike. So it worked out at the end. So the plan was to go ahead and put some mileage on there on the bike, so we can get the gas mileage a little bit better. And it was getting better because in my first tank, I don't know if they filled it up completely or not. It was showing full, but the first fill up I did, I barely had 100 miles on the bike. So I was a little scared. I'm like, this might not work out for the iron butt ride. But as I kept riding it, I noticed that the mileage was getting better and better. The last time we went to the Blue Ridge area, and we're in the twisties, the highest miles I got out of one full tank, and that was riding the twisties mixed with the highway and all of that, was about 152 miles. So that was not bad. That was pretty much 30 miles per gallon right there. So and I've been told that that's where it's gonna stay, but that's still better than 90 or 100 miles to a tank. So I've been riding in eco mode on the highway, and I've noticed it's a little better. When you're on the highway, constant speed, 65, 75, you actually get pretty decent gas mileage. So the plan was to go to go set off for this ride. I was going to get prepared. This was going to be, I was going to bring this, you know, to you guys on YouTube, because I haven't seen a single video where anybody has taken a Am Ryker, at least, on a 1,000-mile iron butt challenge. So I was going to bring that up to you guys. I was pretty excited. But if you saw my last video, you may have noticed that there was a section of the video where I don't say anything, and there's a section towards the last third of the video where there were these bumps on the road that you couldn't see, not potholes. They were just uneven road surface, and the bike really goes crazy on that surface. That's the only time where I had a reaction, I said something, or a voice came out from me. You may have noticed, but if you haven't, I'll put it up right now.
Whoa, that was weird.
So immediately I noticed that my handlebar was off center again, and this time it was to the right. Before it was to the left. It was between 11 and 12 o'clock. This time it was between 12 and 1 o'clock. So I was like, this is ridiculous. So I thought surely that, you know, the alignment would have been off. So again, you know, you let go of the handlebar. If the alignment's off, the bike should be, you know, tracking to one corner or the other. No, nothing, just going dead straight. So I took the bike again to the Marietta store this time. This is a Tuesday morning. They tell me to come in because they're closed Sunday and Monday. So Tuesday morning, I get there at 9:30. And I show them the same thing, and they're all scratching their heads. They're like, well, what the heck's going on here? I'm like, dude, if every bump on the highway is going to make the handlebar shift, this is not safe. You know, I mean, there's something that needs to be done here. So they took the bike in Tuesday morning. Thursday morning is when they were able to get the bike in with the technician. I received a call, said it's a safety issue, and they can't release the bike back to me. And because I told them, I said, hey, I need this fixed so I can go on my ride. And I said, what's going on? And they're like, well, they ordered the whole assembly on which the handlebar, you know, mounts on, and they don't know why it's loosening up, but they're going to change the whole thing out. I said, how long is that going to take? They said about 5 more days. They're going to order the part, and it's going to take 5 days. I'm like, man, I was pretty upset at that point. I was upset enough where I gave Can-Am a call, Can-Am customer service, BRP, a call. Now, those guys were very receptive over the phone. They were very, they're very nice. Let's put it this way. The attitude was really good. And I told them, I said, look, the bike's only 14 days old, has 400 miles on it. This is a safety issue. I need you guys to swap the bike out, give me a new bike, because I just purchased this. And if this keeps on happening, this is not going to work. So they told me that they like to fix the issue first before talking about what the next steps are. So I said, okay, fair enough. I was holding myself back and being very reasonable. They also told me that you could always talk to the dealership and see if they'll swap it out. And I was like, the experience I had with the dealership, I don't think I would go back there, because I don't expect anything from the Roswell store. You know, the way the experience that I had there, I don't think I'm ever going back there again. So, and I'm not going to say you guys don't go back there. I mean, you know, that was my experience. I'm not going to say you'll have the same experience there, but I was shocked because they always call themselves a big establishment. They're not, you know, a mom and pop. Their words were, we're not going to screw you over your money. We're a big establishment. I was like, I don't want to hear all of that, man. You guys made a mistake. And had I not caught it, I would have been stuck with that mistake. So they fixed it, no doubt. But I don't think I'll be going back, because my experience, I have a, you know, bitter taste in my mouth. So, and for me to go back to that same store and say, hey, return this bike, give me a new one, nobody will probably talk to me over there. So I said, let me give Can-Am a chance to fix this. I told them I need compensation. I need something, you know. So I bought a bunch of parts. There's a rear seat that I purchased, and there's a rear seat. I don't know if it came with stripped, the whole, you know, and I bought the folding rear backrest. So the folding rear backrest goes, you know, underneath the hooks onto the rear seat with 2 screws. That's it. And apparently the service center guy was like, oh, this is stripped and we're going to charge you this much and that much and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous. So I could have messed around with it myself, but I didn't want to. I said, okay, go ahead, on the condition that I should be able to take the seat on and off easily, because I wasn't able to, because the screws weren't tightening up in there. And I called Can-Am. I said, look, while I was talking to them about the bike, I said, look, this is the situation. I believe I got a faulty part. They're charging me this much. I need you to take care of that bill, because I will not pay that bill. So they're like, we'll get in touch with them. We'll sort it all out. So they were pretty receptive. I was pretty happy. And I told them that I'm going to be without my bike for a week at least, I'm pretty sure. Tuesday they took the bike. I'm filming this on Sunday. They don't open back up on Tuesday, so that's a whole week right there. And I don't know how long they're gonna keep the bike after that. So I said, I didn't purchase this bike, and I'm not paying for this bike, so you guys can have it in the shop over there. So they said, we'll take care of you. They'll figure something out and a way to compensate me. I said, good, because I don't expect anything less. This is the second time this issue's happened. If it happens once or twice more, I'm pretty sure in Georgia I can invoke the lemon law. I'm not sure how that works on motorcycles, but I assume it'll be the same with the automobiles. Just the way it is with cars, it should be with motorcycles as well. Not sure, but I'll look into that. If you guys know anything, let me know in the comments below. But let's see how they come out. So I missed my ride. The bike's with them. They're about to change the whole handlebar mounting assembly and put a new one in, and just been a bad experience. So I just wanted to bring you a quick video. I've had the bike 2 weeks, and this is the third week, and the whole third week the bike's going to be at the shop. So far it's a rocky start, I'll be honest with you. I can't wait to put this behind me and actually start enjoying the motorcycle. So this has been my experience so far in 2 weeks, and I'm not sure if anyone out there is having the same experience or not, but if you are, let me know in the comment below. I watched a lot of videos before purchasing a Ryker Rally, and almost every video I have seen, I have not seen an issue like this come up. I know that there's a YouTuber, Kwasi Motard, and him and I have been chatting, and he had to get a Rollo alignment done to get his bike fixed. And my issue is not that. I wish it was, so I can just get it done and be over with. My issue is that they have confirmed that the steering bar mount, I mean the handlebar, sorry, I keep calling it steering because it's 3-wheel. I'm not used to that. So the steering bar mount keeps on loosening up, and it's a safety issue. So they're gonna change the whole assembly out, and let's see how it goes. I'll keep you posted for sure. But if you are going through an issue like this, let me know, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please hit like and subscribe, and I'll bring you an update as soon as I get my motorcycle back. Thank you.